JBL speakers are everywhere. Beaches, patios, heck, even hanging from backpacks. But with so many options, how do you choose the right one? Lucky for you, I've used them all, and in this video, I'm going to help you decide which speaker from JBL's current portable lineup is the right one for you. Now, before we get into all the differences between these speakers, there are a few things you'll want to know about this lineup. First, all of these speakers are durable as heck and outdoor ready with an IP67 protection rating or better. This means they're all fully dustproof and designed to survive a dunk in water down to at least a meter for up to 30 minutes. If one takes a dive in salt water though, just be sure to rinse it off with some fresh water afterwards to help prevent any corrosion. Also, maybe let it dry out before firing it up again. The other thing to know is that nearly all of these speakers now use Auracast to link up with other Auracast-ready JBL speakers. However, most of them aren't backwards compatible with previous JBL models that still use PartyBoost, except for one. And one of these speakers still isn't even Auracast ready at all. I know, it can get a little confusing with JBL constantly changing things up with each release, so stick around for all the details. Lastly, it's also worth knowing that any of these speakers can be paired with an identical model for proper stereo performance. Okay, let's dive in. We'll start with JBL's smallest speaker and work our way up. First up is the Go 4. This is the smallest and most affordable JBL speaker available. If you're after something ultra portable and incredibly light, we're talking you won't even notice it in your backpack light, this is the one to get. It's got the little loop attachment, and it's even small enough to fit into your pants pocket. It pushes around 4.2 watts of output, advertises around 7 hours of playback, it's Auracast ready, and has support from the JBL Portable app. The Go 4 will cost you about 40 bucks. Now, obviously the sound of this tiny mono speaker is limited by its small enclosure, but it's going to be good enough for personal listening on the go, or when it's just you and a buddy or two. Next, moving up in size, but keeping things ultra portable, we have the Clip 5. This is a fun one you've probably seen hanging from somebody's backpack. It has a carabiner integrated into the design, making it easy to clip onto your bag or maybe a tree branch if you're out at the park. It's a little heavier than the Go 4. You'll probably notice this one if it's clipped onto your backpack, but it's still quite manageable. And with a larger enclosure comes more room for bigger components. The Clip 5 offers a little more bass and oomph over the Go 4 thanks to its 7 watts of output. It offers up to 12 hours of battery life, it's Auracast ready, has support from the JBL Portable app, and will cost you about 80 bucks. Again, it's not a window rattler, but I think it sounds noticeably better than the Go 4. If weight and price aren't an issue when deciding between the ultra portable Clip 5 and the Go 4, I'd snag the Clip 5. Okay, moving on from the ultra portable to the still really portable, we've got the speaker that started it all for JBL, the Flip 7. Fun fact, the Flip was JBL's very first wireless speaker, and here we are with the 7th generation. The Flip 7 is roughly the size and shape of a small water bottle. It's an easy one to slide into a side pocket, but you also get 2 attachment options, a finger loop and a branded carabiner. Satisfying. So now we're moving into speakers that can handle a gathering of more than just a few of your pals on the patio. There is a considerable jump in sound quality and output from the Clip 5 to the Flip 7. Flip 7 offers up to 35 watts of output, and now we have these dual passive radiators to help with its bass response as well. It offers up to 14 hours of battery life, it's Auracast ready, has support from the JBL Portable app, including a 7-band customizable EQ, and goes for about 150 bucks. Solid speaker right here. Like I said, a noticeable jump up from the Clip 5, so if you're regularly hanging out with 8 or 10 friends, Flip 7 is up to the task. But if a little speaker the size of a water bottle isn't quite enough for you and your crew, you'll want to check out the next one in line. It's one of my personal favorites, the Charge 6. The Charge series is just a great all-around option. It strikes a nice balance between size and output. It's still small enough to toss in a backpack, but it's got enough power to fill a campsite or a small backyard. I still have my Charge 5 from 2021, and if that thing ends up in the bottom of a lake on my next camping trip, I'll be grabbing a Charge 6. And if you're wondering where the Charge name comes from, it's because you can use it to charge your phone too. So let's say you're hanging out with 12 to 16 people now. These are rough numbers, by the way. The Charge 6 pushes 45 watts of output and delivers noticeably more bass than the Flip 7. It claims up to 24 hours of battery life, supports Auracast, includes that same 7-band EQ in the JBL Portable app, and goes for about 200 bucks. Now, if you're thinking, that all sounds great, Dave, but I need something that can really bring the bass, I hear ya. This next speaker is the one you grab when the charge just isn't cutting it anymore, maybe for bigger get-togethers, basement parties, camping trips with a bunch of people. I'm of course talking about the Xtreme 4. Now we're getting a little closer to window rattling territory. The Xtreme 4 brings the bass in a surprisingly portable package. You get the adjustable shoulder strap, complete with built-in bottle opener, but the big upgrade here is in the hardware. The Xtreme 4 delivers stereo playback, as best it can in this compact housing, with dual tweeters and woofers, plus those familiar dual passive radiators. It's Auracast ready, it claims up to 28 hours of battery life. However, one of the coolest features here is the swappable battery pack. You can buy a spare one from JBL for about $100, keep it charged, and you're set for an all-night party. There are a couple things to note though. The power output changes depending on how you're running it. On AC power, the Xtreme 4 pushes up to 100 watts. On battery, it drops to 70. So if you're not out in the wild, plug it in with that supplied USB-C to AC cable and take advantage of that extra juice. Also, like I mentioned at the start of this video, most of these new Auracast equipped JBL speakers aren't backwards compatible with PartyBoost. And I hear you in the comments, yeah, it's pretty lame. However, the one exception is the Xtreme 4. For whatever reason, JBL decided to make the Xtreme 4 and only the Xtreme 4 work with both PartyBoost and Auracast. That means you can link it with all the newer speakers that I just talked about, plus older models like the Charge 5, the Flip 6, or the Xtreme 3. I have no idea why JBL left this out on the Charge 6 and Flip 7. It's a bit of a head scratcher, especially when you're trying to build a system with gear you already own. So, there is a lot to like about the Xtreme 4, except maybe the price. At $379, it's a bit of a tough sell. For that money, you could almost grab 2 Charge 6 units and run them in proper stereo. Something to think about. But if you're down to invest in a rugged outdoor speaker that can handle just about anything you throw at it, the Xtreme 4 delivers. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, if you've made it this far and you're thinking, Dave, quit it with those tiny little toy speakers. I just want the biggest, loudest thing that JBL makes that I can still carry with one hand, but I don't want a party box. Then yeah, you're looking for the Boombox 3. This thing is massive, and it's got a built-in carrying handle because, well, it needs it. It's almost 15 pounds. Boombox 3 isn't something you casually toss into a backpack. It's more of a trunk or tailgate kind of speaker, but with size comes serious power. Inside this bad boy, you've got a 3-way speaker system with a dedicated subwoofer, 2 mid-range drivers, and 2 tweeters. It pushes up to 200 watts when plugged in, or 140 watts on battery. So yeah, it gets plenty loud. It claims up to 24 hours of battery life, but you certainly won't be getting that if you're pumping bass-heavy EDM tunes all night, and will cost you around 500 smackers. That's dollars. Smackers is dollars. JBL likes when I say smackers. A-smackers? Sorry. However, the Boombox 3 is now the odd one out in JBL's current lineup. It came out back in 2022 and is not Auracast ready. It's the only one still using PartyBoost, meaning that it can't connect to that magic Xtreme 4 and the older Charge 5 or Flip 6, but not to the newer Charge 6 or Flip 7. JBL, what are you doing? The good news, since it's the only one that has been updated, it means we'll probably see a Boombox 4 in the near future. Hey, JBL, hey, we want it. We want the Boombox 4. JBL, the Boombox 4. We want it now. The Boombox. JBL, I never know what they're doing back there. Of course, if you want to explore these JBL speakers in even more detail, you can find their full reviews at SoundGuys.com. Also, JBL has sales all the time. Seriously, all the time they have sales on the website. Keep an eye out, you'll never have to pay full price. So let me know down in the comments below which JBL speaker you're going with, or maybe you're like, fuck JBL, there's a million better speakers out there to buy, I still want to know, so hit me up, tell me what's good. Psst. Also, if you really want to party, here's what's up. You're going to want to watch my video on the JBL PartyBox Stage 320 right here in all its glory. Yeah, it's a little big, but it brings the bass. Happy partying, I mean, happy listening, or both? Yeah, let's do both. I don't know why I did that.